The new OnePlus 15 might actually cost less than the OnePlus 13, and that's something nobody really saw coming. In a year when every major brand seems to be raising prices, OnePlus could be doing the exact opposite. According to a new leak, the top-tier 16GB RAM and 512GB storage model might come in at £949, which translates to about $1,270, roughly £50 less than last year's flagship. And if that holds true, OnePlus could be making one of the boldest moves in the premium phone market this year. Now, that might sound like a small difference, but here's why it matters. OnePlus has been walking a fine line lately. No longer the underdog it once was, but still trying to justify its price against heavyweights like Samsung, Apple, and Google. With prices climbing across the industry, value has become the deciding factor for a lot of buyers. So if OnePlus can deliver a cheaper flagship without cutting corners, that's a big deal. It could bring back the company's old flagship killer energy that fans have been missing for years. Let's talk about what you actually get for that rumored price. The OnePlus 15 isn't just about affordability. The specs are seriously competitive. At its core, it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, Qualcomm's newest and most powerful chip, which promises next-level performance and efficiency. This is the same kind of silicon that's expected to drive most 2026 Android flagships this year, meaning you're not sacrificing speed for the sake of saving a few pounds. Then there's the battery, a massive 7,300 mAh cell. That's huge. For comparison, Samsung's Galaxy S26 Ultra still uses a 5,000 mAh battery, and even Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't come close. OnePlus is going all in on endurance this year. Add 120-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging, and this thing might go from zero to full in less time than it takes to eat breakfast. That's a serious quality of life upgrade, especially for people who are tired of overnight charging or carrying power banks everywhere. The display is another highlight, a 165Hz OLED panel. That's beyond what even the top Samsung or iPhone models offer right now. It's not just about smoother scrolling, it's about responsiveness. Whether you're gaming, editing, or just navigating the interface, that refresh rate can make everything feel faster and more fluid. Camera-wise, OnePlus is keeping it consistent but capable. A triple 50-megapixel setup on the back with a 3.5x periscope lens. That zoom upgrade is interesting because it suggests OnePlus is taking photography more seriously again. The periscope system has become a key feature for ultra-premium phones, and seeing it here means OnePlus wants to compete directly with the best, not just in performance but in versatility too. Now, if all of this really comes together at a lower price, it changes the conversation around what a flagship should cost. For years, OnePlus has been creeping closer to Samsung and Apple in pricing, and losing a bit of its identity in the process. Fans used to love the brand because it delivered top-tier specs at a mid-range price. But lately, it's been hard to call them the flagship killer anymore. This new pricing leak could mark a turning point. A small price cut might not sound dramatic, but in the context of inflation and rising component costs, it's a statement. It says OnePlus is still trying to give users more for less, even as competitors double down on premium pricing. Of course, it's still just a leak. The tip comes from known leaker Arsène Lupin, who claims the UK price will be £949 for the 16GB 512GB model, but there's no confirmation yet from OnePlus. The lower-tier 256GB version's price is still a mystery, though if the same logic applies, it could drop from £899 to around £849. That would make it one of the most aggressively priced flagships in its category. The timing is also interesting. The Chinese launch is set for October 27th, with a global release possibly around November 13th. That means we're just weeks away from finding out whether this rumor holds up. And if it does, the OnePlus 15 could be positioned perfectly for the holiday season, right when most people are deciding between upgrading or holding off for another year. Here's my take. If OnePlus really delivers all this, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip, a massive battery, blazing fast charging, a 165Hz OLED display, and flagship-grade cameras, all for less than last year's model, that's not just a win for OnePlus. It's a wake-up call for the entire industry. We've seen so many brands push the limits of what people are willing to pay. but value still matters. And if OnePlus can manage to offer genuine flagship performance with a friendlier price tag, it could reignite what made the people fall in love with the brand in the first place. That sense that you're getting something extraordinary without feeling like you've overpaid for it. So whether you're a longtime OnePlus fan or just someone tired of $1,500 phones, this might be the release to keep an eye on. The flagship killer might just be making its comeback, and this time it's aiming right at the top. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.